Hello friends, welcome to Tell's World Recipes. Today, we're bringing you a Greek recipe. It's called Avgolemono. It's basically an egg and lemon soup. That's the translation of Avgolemono. The history of this dish can be traced back all the way to Spain, but it has evolved and now is very famous because of the Greek cuisine. It's a very hearty soup with lemon and eggs. It's comforting, it's really good, and really easy to make. A lot of people use it instead of chicken noodle soup in Greece when somebody feels sick, and you can have it any day of the week. I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get cooking. The ingredients we're going to need is 1 whole chicken, 1 purple onion, 6 lemons, 7 garlic cloves, 1 bunch of dill, half a stick of butter, 3 bay leaves, 8 celery stalks, 7 carrots, 2 white onions, 4 eggs, 1 pinch of rosemary, olive oil, 2 cups of Orzo, or you can substitute for rice, and salt and pepper to taste. So for this recipe, we're going to make our own roasted chicken stock. You have seen how we make our chicken stock in previous videos. Today is a little bit special since we have to roast the chicken. If you're going to use store-bought chicken broth, which is fine, you can skip to this mark and then you can continue with the Avoglemono recipe. First, we're going to prepare our roasted chicken. We're going to cut our purple onion into big chunks. Then we're going to slice our lemon into quarters and probably eighths. We're going to chop our garlic cloves roughly, and we'll keep our dill as is. Now we're going to start stuffing the cavity of the chicken with a little bit of salt and pepper, with the onions, the lemon, the garlic, and the dill. I'm also putting a little bit of butter inside the cavity. We're going to continue stuffing our chicken real well. And we're going to add the whole dill inside. This is just going to give us a lot of flavor for our chicken, salt to taste, and a little bit more butter. I'm also going to use a little bit of butter inside the skin of the chicken. This is going to help us make it real moist. It's better when you use your butter at room temperature. I'm going to use some butcher twine to tie the legs together, and then it will be ready to go into the oven. I'm going to use the rest of the butter to smear the outside of my chicken. And then I'm going to use 3 of my celery stalks to put at the bottom of a Dutch oven or a pot, as long as it's oven safe. That way it's going to keep my chicken from touching the bottom of the pot. We're going to add the rest of our lemons and purple onions. We're going to add 3 bay leaves, and then we're going to cover it. We'll get our chicken inside the oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to roast it for at least 30 minutes, covered. After 30 minutes, we're going to uncover our pot, and that's going to help crisp the skin of our chicken. We're going to leave it in there for another 15 minutes. Once our chicken has finished roasting, we're going to take off all the meat and we're going to put it to the side. We're going to keep the bones as we're going to use them to make our roasted chicken broth. While our chicken is still hot, using 2 forks, I'm going to shred it. Then we're going to start cutting our celery stalks in small pieces, our carrots, and our white onions. This combination is called a mirepoix and is the base of many stocks and French dishes. We're going to put these two on a bowl and we're going to leave them to the side. I'm going to use my Instapot and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to saute my mirepoix. Once sauteed, I'm going to add my garlic and my chicken bones. I'm going to break some of the chicken bones and then we're going to cover it with water. For my pot, it took about 10 cups of water. We're going to add salt and pepper to taste. Then we're going to cover our pot and we're going to let it go for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm going to uncover my broth and using a colander, I'm going to remove all the bones and the vegetables. All I want is a clear chicken broth. So we finished our roasted chicken broth. Now we're ready to prepare our Avgolemono. But before we do that, it's a good time for you to click on subscribe to our channel. If you want to know when new videos are coming, click on the bell to get notifications. And if you enjoy our videos, give us a like. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And now, let's start preparing our Avgolemono. To start preparing our Avgolemono, I'm going to start rolling my lemons. Then I'm kind of cut them in half and I'm going to squeeze them. I want to get about 1 cup of lemon juice. If you roll your lemons on the table before you cut them, it's going to help get a little bit more juice. Then I'm going to crack my eggs in a bowl. It's better when they are at room temperature. And we're going to whisk them. To this, we're going to add a little bit of our lemon juice. Not all of it, just about a 1/4 cup. We're going to whisk it real well and we're going to leave it to the side. In the pot, I'm going to add all my chicken stock. I'm going to add my carrots, a little bit of dill, and we're going to start simmering this broth. Once it simmers, I'm going to add all my chicken, already shredded, and then we're going to add our Orzo. You can use rice as well. Just check the package as our Orzo should be al dente in around 8 minutes. After the 8 minutes, we're going to grab a little bit of this broth. We're going to add it to our eggs and we're going to whisk it so we can temper the eggs, and when we add them to the soup, they don't curd. Once it's tempered, and you'll know when your bowl starts getting hot, we're going to add this to our soup and we're going to start moving around. This is going to help us thicken our soup. I'm going to taste. And now I'm going to add the rest of my lemon juice. You can add as much lemon juice as you want, depending on your taste. And this is a good point to add a little bit salt and pepper as well. Our Avgolemono is smelling fantastic, and it's ready to plate. I'm going to serve in a bowl. It's better to serve it while it's hot. And I'm going to garnish with a little bit of dill. And now our Avgolemono is ready. Let's try it. Really good, really lemony. This is a great substitute for chicken noodle soup when somebody's sick, but is good any day of the week. Hope you give this recipe a try, and we'll see you next time.